Welcome to Out of the Blue, number 63. Today we're looking in this book called Scientists Who Changed the World, and we're going to look at Marie Curie. Marie Curie, discoverer of the element radium. And it says here, page 119, the element radium, when first identified by the Curies, could not be weighed on a scale. It was a mere speck. Radium is less than 1/1,000,000th of a part of pitchblende. Pitchblende is a byproduct of uranium mining. No wonder it was unknown before the patient, untiring Curies had started their search by chemical analysis. So today we're going to talk on something which I call the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism. But before I get to the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism, not long ago, in one of these videos, I made the bold claim that the Earth is flat. And to support that, basically I explained that though the Earth is a sphere, we're so small, it creates a perspective illusion that the Earth is flat. So within our perception, the Earth is flat. Now there's a second way that the Earth is flat, actually, I realized. And that is that, for instance, I'm indoors right now. And you're probably indoors right now. And this building, when they built it, they built the foundation and they made sure it was level. In other words, flat. And so humans create flat surfaces. And so now you have the human world is a world of flat surfaces, but it's still a sphere. And so if you have a sphere with a lot of little flat surfaces, there's a word for that. And the word is faceted. Like a gem. So this is facet. This is a sphere covered with flat surfaces. Now, so to the Neo-Swedenborgian, the Earth is faceted. And it's very interesting because here I am in the scriptorium, and the scriptorium dictionary has a nice picture of a faceted stone. But I want to point out something else. It says facet, any of the flat surfaces of a gem or similar object. That's definition 1. Definition 2, one side or aspect of a person's mind or character. Right? So our personalities are also faceted. So this is part of the magic and mystery of words. And we have a saying today, there's an app for that, right? Words are like apps. So there's an app, there's a word for that. So when I say, we flatten our surfaces, we facet our world. Our world is faceted. So there's a word for a sphere covered with flat surfaces, and that word is faceted. The face. Facet. So anyway, on to the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism. So I'm going to quote this. This is a website I found called godlessgeeks.com. Why Atheism? This passage says, to be explicit, modern science relies on methodological naturalism. This means that science doesn't incorporate any supernatural or religious assumptions and doesn't seek any religious or supernatural explanations. That's that part. Now here it says, Neil deGrasse Tyson explains the basic rules of science. This adventure is made possible by generations of searchers strictly adherent to a simple set of rules. Test ideas by experiments and observations. Build on those ideas that pass the test, reject the ones that fail. Follow this evidence wherever it leads, and question everything. Accept these terms and the cosmos is yours. So, godlessgeeks.com/whyatheism. So radium was less than 1 part per million of pitchblende, but it exists. So the amount of something doesn't really affect whether it exists or not. If there is 1 part per billion would still constitute existence. So we're comparing less than 1 part per million versus greater than 1 part per 100. And this is the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism. The bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism is that God, without relying on a supernatural or religious assumption, God and heaven and the afterlife exist. As I said before, heaven is as real as the earth is flat. And I can show you that the earth is flat. I can prove that the earth is flat. Not only is this floor flat because we made it flat, or whoever built the building made it flat, but the earth outside is flat due to our perspective illusion, due to our minute size in relation to the size of the earth. So the earth is doubly flat. It's flat by illusion, and it's also flat by human endeavor. So so the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism is that, like it or not, believe it or not, accept it or not, this afterlife experience is a potential. You and I have at least a 5% chance of experiencing the typical kind of near-death experience, tunnel of light, you know, grandma meeting you, tour of heaven, all this stuff. And if you eschew the religious explanation, which Neo-Swedenborgianism does, then it becomes possibly an illusion, and possibly a fixture of human physiology. So, just like being alive is not a choice, at least not a conscious choice for any of us, this afterlife experience, this experience of continuing to exist, also may not be a choice. That's the bad news of Neo-Swedenborgianism.